Bitcoin's alive, what you gonna do? Man, pool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution. Ay, Bitcoin is the one, no substitution. Ay, with Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystems. What's up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today, like always. So every week we do a weekly update and a weekend update, and today is your weekend update. We got a lot of things to talk about. We got a whole freaking board here filled with great topics. We're going to get into all that stuff. So I want to get the show started so we don't go over that hour mark. So let me bring in my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
So how was your week, man?
It's good. It's good. I know that we've been recording all week, and it's been busy, busy. A lot of stuff happening with Merlin chain, a lot of stuff starting to pop off with the collections, launches, stuff like that. I feel like the energy is starting to brew back in the Bitcoin ecosystem. So I'm excited to see what this week has coming for us.
Yeah, man. So what's your mindset right now? Obviously, we've been looking at Merlin. We're starting to look more on track. We're starting to look, the Magic Eden's really been running all the digital artifacts. What is your mindset right now? And like, how are you like mentally?
So I think it's important to know what your mental bandwidth is, right? So everybody has a different bandwidth individually, right? And for me recently, I've had to kind of get that to other things, and so now I'm able to kind of take that bandwidth back and focus on like, okay, let me get into like multiple things. Still, even though like my focus is back here, you still have to kind of really assess your mental focus too, because you can't just be in like 5 different ecosystems and play those as efficient as possible.
Yes.
And so what I'm trying to do is obviously Merlin is still the kind of on that front of my mind, but also kind of looking at some collection stuff on layer 1. I think right now with the fungibles on layer 1, there's kind of like this weight in like with bridging over to Merlin. We saw that the Voyager was the first BRC20 that was launched on there, but then once that bridge opens up, I think that's going to be really big. And Ordiswap was pretty big news with that, right? They announced that they were able to do a swap between BRC20s and I believe Bitcoin for like 86-cent fee. So
wow.
that's gonna be something that's big too. So I just think that the layer 1 fungibles will probably start trading on swaps and stuff. I don't think any sooner than like probably 2-3 months out. So we'll be on Merlin chain doing the swaps first. That's what I see.
Wow. Yeah, man. That sounds good to me. Me, on the other hand, dude, I'm feeling exhausted, bro. I'm feeling like it's exciting. Merlin chain's been fun, but like when your coin goes up, it's 8-9x, and sometimes it's hard to sleep, right? So I mean, that's just kind of what I'm dealing right now. I wake up 3-4 times a night, and I check the price of Voya, and it's been very, very amazing, but it's a little stressful. So in those type of moments, I it's just one of those things where so I can sleep good, I got to take profit on things, right? So I've been taking profit on Voya. I've been obviously take a little profit on Honk, and it's I'm sitting with them, and I'm curious of what happens next. What do you think happens next with these Merlin tokens?
Yeah. So you said Honk, but you meant hoo.
Who? See, that's my brain,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. I think that right now there's more and more that outside of just the Bitcoin ecosystem that are finding out about Merlin. I saw some posts on my Twitter timeline from people that I don't follow, and I don't think they follow me, but they're possibly were big, presences in an EVM chain or something. And then someone I do follow and follows me back, like will comment on their post, and their post usually goes something like, check out this new Merlin chain. It has $2 billion in total value. It's Bitcoin layer 2. And then the person that follows me is like, hey, we've been knowing about this for like, a month and a half now. So it's like, so what that tells me is that like the outside is starting to come in and hear about it, and they're getting excited. And you can see it with Voya and with Hoo, right? Like the market caps are growing, and Voya went on a freaking rampage, right, the past 2 days. So
yeah. And it's just so funny because like we were like with few people talking about Merlin in December, right? We were talking about it in January before we knew its name, and then we got a
Yeah,
name to it. And you know, I remember going in OSD, Ordinal Support Desk, and talking about, you know, what they're going to be doing with these rapid bitmaps, and why I was bullish, also bullish on bitmaps was because Jeff's going to tokenize them, and you know, that's coming, all that's coming. So it's just funny now people are coming in, are going, oh, what is this 2 billion in TVL on Bitcoin? And it's like, if you watch Ordinal Revolution, you know all about it. But then we get hate for that as well, for being the Merlin boys. So it's
the
like,
Merlin boys.
we should make a rap song, man. The
Yeah,
Merlin boys. No, I'm playing.
yeah,
But it's just funny because like I said in yesterday's video, the reason I was so bullish on Tap was kind of just because I was early to it, and I'm getting that from Merlin, but Merlin's actually succeeding like really, really good. Not saying Tap's not, but like Tap had that moment of silence, and Merlin kind of doesn't have that, you know. So
yeah, definitely,
all right, let's do
definitely.
some topics.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, do it, do it. I guess since we were talking about that, we
Yeah.
can just jump straight into this
Yep.
BRC20 Voyager. So it is a BRC20, you know, and it was minted, I think, in May or something last year. So this is something that like maybe somebody on his team or part of the Merlin Swap
Yeah.
team been planning for a while. But man, this one is crazy momentum, right? Like I was waiting
Yeah.
for a dip back, and it looks like it happened very quickly.
Yeah.
Not enough dip for me for reentry for me, because I'm not in this anymore. But I mean, it's strong. It is very strong, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, man. We'll see what happens here. This is where I kind of took profit, and I regret it now. So you see, I was looking at this, and I was like, oh, that's a double top. Trying to be an analytics guy, and or I'm sorry, a chart guy, and I
TA guy,
failed
yeah.
miserably there. TA guy failed miserably there. So what do you think happens next? Do on this?
Well, the hard part is to determine like how many actual holders are there, right? Because the other day we saw that there was 75,000. Well, I checked this morning and there's actually 80,000 now
Yeah.
wallets that are holding. So that
Wow.
actually increased instead of decreased, which to me is crazy, right? Because like if you compare it to something like Sats, which I think got to like maybe like almost 30,000 holders or something
Yeah.
crazy like that. That was crazy for us, like the BRC20 space. But you know, if you look here, I'll share my screen. You can see the total. Oh, right there, I think. Yeah, holders 80,637 addresses. So you know, obviously, it was multiplied because there was a big strategy on the airdrop for this. So it's hard to really tell like how many total holders are really there.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could imagine that it's still like a good amount. And it has to be, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so because like what I did 25 wallets, but right after the claim, I consolidated them all into one, right? So I think a lot of people did that. It's hard to have, you know, a little bit on like 20 different wallets. It's almost like you have to constantly do math and stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah, especially exactly. So, you know, I bet a lot of people that did a lot of wallets probably, you know, consolidated them because like you said, like you're sitting there and you're like, "Oh crap." Like it just would like that would be horrible to like take
yeah,
profit that way, right? Because you're like, well,
yeah,
I'm just gonna. I guess you could do it in like you know segments and be like, okay, I'm gonna take profit from 5 wallets or
yeah,
whatever. But it's just a pain. But with that being said, I think that's part of the reason why there's so much staying power. And like it, like whenever it dips, it doesn't dip hard. Now, could you zoom out a bit
yeah.
on that chart? And what time frame are you on?
I'm on the
15 minute.
15 minutes. It's my favorite. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I
You
love
go to the
15 minute
hourly?
too. Yeah, go to the hourly if you don't mind. Okay.
Wow.
So if you look at the hourly, you can see that there hasn't been like a huge like dump yet. Now, there's always typically like, you know, now you can't count the beginning because that was the airdrop, right?
Yeah.
So that's why there's a huge red candle to start it. But then if you look, there really hasn't been like a huge dump that you typically will get. Who
Yeah.
has already had its dump. It had its dump. It got up to 14 million and it dumped all the way down to like 3.6. Remember, that was
Yeah.
like so hard to go through. But like Voya, on the other hand, I don't know if we see that dump until you know, like everything starts to really get going in the cycle. Like it will dump. There will be a dump period because every token does, but it might be just because like, okay, like Voya has gone to 100 million, 120 million market cap. And like at this point, like people want into the new next big thing. And it pulls back to maybe like 80, 60 or something. And then like obviously into the next bear market, like the memes hurt the most, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, so that's, I mean, I think it has like legs for, you know, a while longer, maybe a couple more months, maybe a month and a half. We'll see.
Yeah, and you look at this dip right here; it got eaten up so quickly. Like, look at that.
I thought that was my moment. You saw me in the chats. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
here it comes. I'm about to find my re-entry position, and bam, like the Voya whales were like, nope,
I would have
you're
loved
not
to
getting in.
get it back right here, man.
Yeah, I think it
is what it
dropped
is.
down to like $2.65 or something crazy. No,
You get
$2.80.
280. 80's the low
Yeah.
right here. Yeah, 88. Something close though.
So
But yeah, man. All right, we will get the next.
we can talk about this. Kind of just go down the line, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yep.
Yeah, so we've been talking about node monks in the past couple recordings here, and you can see they're still, you know, the leader in you know 24-hour volume. You see 111 Bitcoin, which is like head and shoulders ahead of everybody. I will say the puppets, man, the puppets really, you know, running through and trying to catch them in terms of volume at least. But it seems like, you know, that point, like they never made it to 0.4 that I saw. So I felt like that was like the resistance for node monks.
Yeah.
But we'll kind of have to see, like, you know, if this is just a temporary pullback because Bitcoin was running a second ago. So maybe that's why there's a pullback because it's at 51.75. So maybe people are thinking, okay, let me get back into Bitcoin while it runs. It could possibly run to 52, 53,000. JP Morgan came out yesterday. Did you see that? And they talked about,
I didn't.
Yeah, they actually were talking about offering like a some sort of Bitcoin product, which is wild because, you know, that's something
Jamie
that you wouldn't.
Dimon?
Yeah. I don't know if that
Scum.
was
He's
fake.
complete scum, bro.
Yeah. I don't know if that was fake news, but it was something that possibly like jolted, you know, a couple $100. So here, I actually will share this. Oh, I'm already sharing it. You see, breaking this 15 hours ago, major U.S. bank goes big on Bitcoin. JP Morgan has announced plans to offer an actively managed Bitcoin fund to its private wealth clients. Right. So, I mean, you just
You know what
can't
that
really
means,
take
right? I mean, Jamie Dimon's been buying and buying and buying, and now he's
Oh
finally ready
yeah,
to.
I mean, he's the biggest psyop guy. I
Yeah.
feel like, you know, and he does a good job at it.
If he comes out and he says he's bullish on Bitcoin, I'm gonna throw up. Like, he just makes me so sick to my stomach.
Yeah, but I mean that's how they do, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But back to node monks. I mean, you know, it looks like they're trying to take the surge. They're trying to take that that lead in being, you know, the leader. They've been the leader in terms of volume for a while. They did chill out for a bit when R6 went nuts, but I don't know, man. Like OMB is very close to one Bitcoin floor, but let's say that node monks just pulls back to like 0.35 or 36, right?
Yeah.
And then Bitcoin gets to like 53, 54K, and then it chills, and then node monks goes on another run. I could see them getting like trying to catch OMB. Now OMB with the orange eyes, I don't know when that's going to happen, but that could push them over as well just before the launch.
Yeah, man. What do you think? What collection do you see hitting a full Bitcoin first?
That's what I was just explaining. I don't know. I mean, like obviously OMB is in the lead. I mean, they're only like.
But if you had to pick one, if you had to put $1 million on one project to hit a full Bitcoin first,
I mean, I would have to, just like statistically, like that would be stupid not to.
I disagree because the reason people are in OMBs right now is because they're trying to get allocation to the orange eyes, and as soon as the orange eyes come out, this is going to dip back to 0.3.
Yeah, but the orange eyes hasn't came out yet. When are they going to come out?
I think they're supposed to come out either this early next month, or I don't think it's like far away.
So they still have some time. You know, people that don't have a OMB have time to get in to get that allocation, the whitelist allocation. So that's where I would be like $1 million is a lot of money. So I'd still probably put it on them. because like
Yeah.
there's just so much for node monks to catch up to. Now they've been running like crazy, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't be an easy bet. I'll tell you that it wouldn't be an
You want
easy
to
bet.
take that bet with me? I bet you no monkeys hit a full Bitcoin before OMB with a just a friendly bet. Would you take that? I think no monkeys hit the one Bitcoin before OMB. I think OMB has actually goes under no monkeys within the next I'll say 4 to 8 weeks.
Okay, so
He's not willing to take it.
Well, yeah, because like it's a hard bet to lay because you know they've been node monks has been running on like freaking NOS, I feel like recently, and I just know from like a diversity holder like chains and stuff, node monks has the most diversity. Like there's people like big players from Ethereum, Solana, other chains and Bitcoin that are holders of node monks. And I'm not saying that that's not the case for OMB. I'm just saying that's probably the most for node monks.
100%.
You know, node monks probably has a lead for that. So that's why I think it could really take off.
And I am a holder of node monks, and for a reason, because I think that is one of the top collections because of I love the art. I'm not a really big art guy, but I think they look pretty cool. And I love the inscription number, you know, so.
Yeah, that's the big part for me. I'm also a holder of node monks. And so, but the inscription number to me, like from a collector's collectability and the community is just more open to me. I feel like that just makes it, that probably makes it be like whenever we're in like Pico top of bull market, node monks will get the most attention.
100%. Yeah.
And then frogs.
It would be cool if frogs just shot past them though. If we've seen that before from the frogs.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, 50 frogs just swept up.
Yeah, but node monks weren't out then. But still, there's someone. Yeah, there definitely frogs have that power. We've seen it. Yep. So,
the Wizards of Ord, real quick. This was a project that dropped Thursday. I saw it at 0.12, 0.1, 0.012, 0.011, and I was like, I should get a few of these, and I freaking didn't, and they almost tripled. Very kind of mad at myself. I didn't have the Bitcoin available because I had a lot of it on Merlin, but still, I knew they were gonna pop, and I just didn't get into it. But
yeah,
jump to our next subject.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to the next. You want to pick the next one?
Sure. Since I'm already on Magic Eden, shout out Paris. She dropped her verified collection. Do you have that up?
Yeah. For some reason, they're not showing the actual images right now. Maybe that's something Magic Eden has to get updated because it was a reveal type mint. Yeah. So maybe that's something that they have to get. But I can take it to the launch pad here. Do you know if there's any place that maybe go to the site?
Yeah. Yep. So we minted these. I got a Smurf and something else. You got a Cookie Monster, right?
Yeah, Cookie Monster with the egg on my head, and I got a Goosenol. So wow. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, like has the Goosenol image on it. But yeah, I mean, dude, I love this collection because like the homage to like she was talking about like her favorite cartoons and late 80s, 90s, early 2000s. You see Garfield. You see, I don't know what that one is. I think this is Ren and Stimpy.
No, that's Rugrats. That's the dog, I think. Oh, no, that's Cat Dog.
Cat Dog, yeah. And then you have
Dog.
Squidward.
Yeah. Rocko's Modern Life.
Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, man, so many memories. But if you guys wanted to go to magiceden.io, just scroll down past the collections. You'll see Super Julio right here. And you just mint and you get a random one. Go support Paris, man. Paris is one of the OGs in the space. We love what she's doing, and don't think of this as an investment. Think of this as something really cool to collect. And Paris worked really hard on this stuff, and let's just support people who support Ordinals. So shout out Paris.
100%. 100%, man. Like, you know, I just feel like it's really cool. Here, I'll show you. This is the one I got right here. I don't know if it's showing, but then
oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's the Cookie Monster with the thing. But the crazy thing is these are all on special sats too. So, I love that part. You know me, the collector in me.
Yeah.
But this is the cool one that she did. This was like
Oh, the
her
goose and all.
homage to the I
That's
got a black.
Cowboy's goose.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Cowboy,
That's
if you
funny.
want this, then just give me 2 Bitcoin. I'm gonna give you the deal. I'm gonna give you a deal. I'll do 2 Bitcoin. And then you can have it. No, I'm just kidding. But
Yeah, man.
yeah, so dude, I love it. I love the collection. I think that these will end up doing well in terms of secondary sales. They're already starting to do pretty well. So yeah, go support the artist, Paris, the artist, man. Amazing person. She works very hard, and we're excited. We've had her on the show multiple times.
Yeah, definitely. And if you guys haven't seen our episode, we did an episode with her. It was launched on Friday. If you want to learn more about the super verified Julio and everything that she's cooking, highly recommend going to watch that. I'll leave that in the show notes for you guys to make it easy. But we're gonna go
Yep.
next.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about well, let's kind of get these out of the way, I guess. Well, we already talked about that. Give me 1 second. Let's talk about this.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we don't have this like officially confirmed or anything, but we've been kind of hearing whispers that the BRC20 white module should be coming out soon, maybe possibly March. And then we've heard that Delmo says that the anniversary of Ordi, the first BRC20 token, is going to be really big, huge, right? So possibly that's whenever the white module gets released. So if that happens in the middle of March, or towards the late end of March, I think that's really good timing, because by then we should have been able to trade on Merlin for at least a couple weeks for BRC20s. And I think there's going to be this economy of swapping on layer 1, as well as swapping on Merlin, the sidechain. And I think there's going to be multiple opportunities on each side, because Merlin's going to have that ability, that flexibility to build games and stuff. I know from a technical standpoint, it's probably more similar to Polygon. But I look at it as more as Arbitrum, because Arbitrum was also the gaming chain, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so I could see Merlin being that, because it's so heavily focused on bitmaps and games and stuff, but also has the swaps just like Arbitrum. What do you think about that?
Yeah, to your point there, Jeff, we know him personally, and he's a gamer. He likes to play games in his downtime. He doesn't have a lot of downtime anymore. So, but he used to, when he used to have downtime, he liked to play games, and that's where the Merlin name came from. He used a character, I forget what game he said that was, but it was a character, Merlin, that he really enjoyed playing. And so him being a gamer, I'm sure he has high hopes of Merlin chain becoming a gaming chain. So I think you're 100% right of that. I think Merlin actually kind of might surpass Arbitrum as the gaming chain, because the guy who runs it is a gamer. So
yeah, well, and it's hot too, right? So crypto, and it's Bitcoin is hot, so it's a part of the narrative, the cycle. But going back to the white modules launching. So how do you feel with that, right? Let's say that Unisat does launch or have the white module ready. People are swapping on essentially the layer 1s, 1.5, or whatever you want to call it. Do you feel like that will take away the focus, or do you just think that that's just kind of, it will pick up some, the focus will be split between both and it should be okay? Or what do you think?
So you got to bridge in this, right?
Right? Yeah, you got to bridge it in, but it's really the way they did it. It makes it feel native because it's Unisat too. I think that's part of it. But
if I can bridge over to Merlin with smart contracts, why wouldn't I do that?
Yeah, I hear you on that. I don't know. I think because maybe people are used to using Unisat, and so I think it's gonna be, if they do that and it's a good experience, I think it'll be fine for both ecosystems, because you're going to want to do different things. You're going to be able to do more, in my opinion, in terms of DeFi stuff. Obviously, on Merlin, they're talking about adding DeFi stuff on the module system, but that's going to take some time, because they got to figure things out with smart contracts over there and all that stuff.
So
So
Unisat had the first mover advantage, and that was taken away from them by Jeff. To me, the only reason why I would use Unisat is I'm getting high yield. I'm a DeFi guy. I love yield. If I can go over there and stake some stuff at like 70% APY that I can't get on Merlin, that is the only reason why I would do it. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna be looking for opportunities because I'm an opportunist. I'm always looking for opportunities. And if you're not looking for opportunities, then you're wasting an opportunity, right? So I'll be looking at that, solely looking for high yield, safe bets. But I'm probably gonna use Merlin way more because even if the yield is close, I'm probably gonna go Merlin just because I already have a lot of assets over there in the first place, and I enjoy the EVM style, you know what I mean, style of
yeah,
stuff over there. I like using my MetaMask while I'm out and about, and I can't do that with Unisat. I have to be at my PC. I like to be in ShopRite today, making some trades, right? So, and again, I can't do that. If their mobile wallet drops on iOS and everything works like that way, then yeah, I would definitely look for opportunity there. But until then, Merlin's the only bridge in that I'll be doing.
yeah. I think it's gonna be kind of back and forth, but it's a good thing, because some people were saying that if you look at Ethereum's EVMs and layer twos and side chains, that like tokens never got crazy high market caps. That's just simply not true.
Yeah.
If you look at especially like Chronos, which is not a layer two or a side chain, but it is an EVM chain.
Yeah.
I saw crazy prices for tokens over there, right? So
Yep.
my point with that is that like there's gonna be success on both, but obviously like people will go back to layer one to do stuff, but it's gonna be like towards like different moments in the cycle. They'll go back and forth. It's just where the opportunity is. So
Exactly.
I think it's good for the ecosystem to have it though. So I'm excited about it. But we'll see what happens because we've been waiting a long time for that.
100%. Yep.
Yep.
Been a long time coming.
Yep. All right. Well, let's go straight here then, because this is obviously like a competitor of that. What we just talked about, Ordiswap announced. Here I'll pull it up right here. So that's a native one BRC20 swap completed in less than 10 minutes. 87 cents fee basis, 2 block processing time. Bitcoin to .com, which was the BRC20 in one step. We did it, and then they tagged Uniswap on and then told them they did it on BTC. History in the making. So how does this happen? And TLDR says we have rebuilt the function of the Bitcore lib and its interaction with our L1 AMM whilst maintaining consensus requirements. In version 1, users had to sign multiple transactions in a convoluted process that was not user-friendly or accessible. Now, within one initial action, the Ordiswap platform has edged as close as it ever has been to Uniswap operation on Ethereum. It's as easy as connect, select, swap, and then you can see the transaction ID. The big part, the reason why like I take this a little bit more than just fluff, is because Xverse came out and announced that they partnered with them. Right. So for Xverse to come out and say that they partnered with Ordiswap, that's a pretty big statement there.
Yeah.
But again, like until it's live and usable, there isn't an L1 swap.
Yeah. I don't really know too much about Ordiswap. I gotta dig in a little bit. Do I have to bridge in, bridge out?
No, well,
Ooh.
not from what I know. But again, this is just kind of a breakdown,
So
and I'm taking this more because like Xverse partnered with them, right? Versus actually using it. So we need to definitely try to use their test net.
yeah. So if I can not bridge in and bridge out, use my Xverse from walking around and swap, that's a game changer for me. That's exactly what I want in that, and that I would probably get heavier in the BRC20s if that was the case. That sounds really awesome because obviously with swaps come DeFi, and with DeFi come yields. With yields come Shizzy. So
Yeah. So that's just another bit of news. So they announced that, but we've been seeing stuff like this for a while. Hey, look, we did this in testnet and it was amazing, but nothing's live yet. And so I think we just got to really wait until things go live, right?
Well,
And then
I
at
mean,
that point,
yeah. Well, I mean,
Go ahead.
their competitors coming. I mean, with Omnisat, right? So, basically the same thing. It seems very similar to what Omnisat's doing. Omnisat, do they have a bridge?
No.
Can't remember. Okay,
They're doing
yeah,
everything
yeah,
on layer 1.
yeah. They're the only one. So that sounds very similar to Omnisat. One thing about Omnisat, they don't have a token, and using theirs potentially could get you the airdrop because they are a community-based project building. The community is building it, so potentially, the reward could be the token for that. So, you know, whoever comes first will have the first mover advantage, and I think they're both racing towards that. And Ords already has a token, so for me, I'm kind of hoping it's Omnisat, just so I can kind of, I've been using the test net for that to try to get some airdrops from that. So that's just my personal opinion, but.
Yeah. All right. We're running through these, which is good because we got like a lot of them. Let's
Yeah.
see. All right. So you want to talk about this one?
Yeah. So Runestones is dropping, and I wanted to tell you guys my strategy. But first, I'll tell you when they're going to be dropping. So Leonidas, he is the creator of this, I guess you would say, and he saw the R6 and didn't think it was fair. So he is, which is kind of sounds dumb to me. So he is airdropping every single person who had at least 3 inscriptions in your wallet. You get a runestone, right? But so the whales are still going to get runes, most of the runestones, because why? The whales have multiple addresses. The noobs have 1, right? I have
Yeah.
11 wallet addresses. Actually,
Oh, so
12
you're a
now, actually.
whale.
So not a whale. I'm not a whale, but I am not a noob either. I'm not somebody who just going to get 1 runestone. It's still not fair, is to my point. Like, I'm still going to get, like 11 runestones, and which is awesome. But I'm going to keep every single one of mine. But the game plan for me is to buy yours or buy everyone who's dumping. So guys, my strategy is I play my strategy pretty much the same way. I wait exactly 1 hour after the airdrop, and I start buying in there. But I don't buy all at once either. I dollar cost average. I continuously buy for about until I usually have a number in my head of how many I want, and I usually try to get that number. So after an hour after the airdrop, I will be buying as many as I want, and I'm going to keep doing that until I get my number. And then I'm going to sit back and relax and let the price go up, because what normally happens, we usually see a sharp dump in the beginning, and then we see the buyers come in, and I'm going to be one of the buyers. And if you were smart, you would do the same. I think Runestones is going to be pretty big. It has almost the same supply as bitmaps. So I kind of see it eventually getting to the price of bitmaps. But my buy-in price I'm looking for is around $40 to $50. I think right at that 45 mark is where I would like to buy at. I would love to get it cheaper, obviously, but I'd be happy with getting my number at around $45. What do you think?
I think that's a good strategy. I'll be looking to see, how low they get as well. I think that this one might be one of the best performing pre-runes, minor type of ordinal collections because
Yeah.
of who's behind it, right? Like who led it, and it's Leonidas, and I think people view him a little bit different than they view like the Trevors or like some of these in terms of like I guess like presence. It's similar, but like a lot of people like Leonidas doesn't necessarily come off as like someone that's trying to like extract liquidity at all.
Yeah.
I mean, he possibly is, but like it seemed like the way he put this together, there was a like concentrated effort to try to make this like the airdrop for the Ordinals community, and I like that. And so I think because of that, it will do well in my mind. So I'll try to snipe some off the ground, the floor as well. But we'll see what happens. I'm excited to see what the art looks like.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. I think they're all going to be the symbol there. But I could be wrong. We'll see. We'll see if they're different, or there might be like some are different colored and stuff like that. So we'll see. Maybe some are more rare than others. That's another reason why I like to buy off the floor as well, is because people don't know what they got, and they'll just dump. And potentially, if I grab a whole bunch, maybe 1 or 2 of them are super rare. But We'll find out, and I'm very excited for this. I'm ready. I'm sitting with Bitcoin in my wallet, waiting to buy your Runestones when you dump them. So thank you.
It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. All right, so let's hit this. Ordinal digital artifact collections really becoming what we thought they were going to be, right?
Yeah.
So actually, the reason why I picked that one because I was like, should I just skip that one? But like, I just
Yeah.
saw a post literally an hour ago from Udi that says the biggest opportunity in all of crypto is ordinals, and it's not close. And to be clear, I mean ordinals, not runes or BRC20 or side chains. As much as I do love those things too, ordinals. If you're a creator or builder, this is where you should be. I'm here to help. Let me know.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I agree with that statement altogether, but you know, it kind of coincides with what that statement was in our topic. Because I think we've kind of been like, you know, the fungible tokens have really been the leader and all this stuff. But then this leg up, we're seeing the, you know, the ordinal digital artifacts take the lead.
Yeah.
You know, with node monkeys, puppets, quantum cats, Bitcoin frogs. And so do you agree with Udi, or do you feel like it's just kind of this leg?
Yeah, so what I've been doing this entire time is I take profits into ordinals, right? Like I love Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not going to give me the 10, 20x that I want. So for me, safety is node monkeys, safety is frogs, safety is quantum cats, safety is puppets, safety is bitmaps. And what I do is I take profits and I buy those things. The bit smiley too, because I'm very bullish on that. But like I think he's 100% right. You have to remember what kind of project he has. He has a quantum cat project and a wizard project,
Wizards, yeah.
and he's building on that side. So you have to take him as a little, if it was Domo and he said BRC20s, you have to be like, oh wow, yeah, because you're the founder. You know what I mean? So it's like, you have a project in that category. So, but I even if he didn't have a project and he was an outside looking in, I do agree with him. I think that that is the safest bet in my opinion. I don't know if it's going to make you the most money, but I think it's going to make you the most money and keep you the safest.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to say it. Because especially if you've been in the space, so you know which ones are like the blue chips over here.
Yeah.
Because like you can definitely 100% get wrecked hard over here if you just like, you're new and you're like, hey, that looks like a cool collection. And not financial advice, but I would never if my family member ever decided to do that, I'd stop them right then and there and say, hey, you need to do your research on this because like, yeah, it might look cool, but this is a social consensus type of thing over here.
But if you go to the last 30 and you stay with the ones in the top 30, I mean, in the last 30 days, top 12 in the last 30 days, or even the top 8 in the last 30 days, I think you'll be okay. Obviously, R6 and Rune Guardians are a little bit more risky because you don't know what they're going to do after launch. But like if you stay Quantum Cats, No Monkeys, Puppets, Ordinal Maxi Biz, Frogs, Bitmaps, BitDis by Smiley, the Wizards, Pizza Ninjas, I think you're safe. I think you are very, very safe, and I think you still have potential 10 to 20 X's on these. So, and when I say 10 to 20 X's, I mean against the dollar, not against Bitcoin. So I think when I'm saying the X's, I mean against the dollar. So I do think these all go up a lot, but I think Bitcoin goes up a lot as well. My stance on Bitcoin is we see 700K Bitcoin. So some of these might not keep their Bitcoin evaluation, but they'll destroy their dollar valuations.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Yeah, so that's a good breakdown. I think that's good for the audience because, like, this is our update and some new people to Ordinals probably watching this. So it's not financial advice, but I think it's some good content to consume and think about.
Yeah.
So.
And nothing here is financial advice. If you get into a monkey and it goes to 0, I don't want. That was your decision.
Yeah. So this is the first week of March should be big for Merlin. I was thinking about like how we should dive into this because we got one last topic after this, and this is a big one because we are coming into like where dapps are about to drop, and new tokens are dropping. An example of that was Spell. dropped yesterday, and I stayed away from it because I just don't know who that is and anything about the team, even though it looks pretty cool. Their website looks awesome. And we got to remember that like it is EVM based, so like anybody can drop a contract, right? And so with that being said, I am excited that these dapps are coming. I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to look for the ones that I recognize that have BTC layer 1 assets. That's my strategy. If they have BTC layer 1 asset, then I'm more comfortable of going into whatever they're doing. If they don't, they're new, then I need to sit back and watch a little bit myself, or talk to some people and find out who's behind it.
Well, you could also you could dip your toe a little bit to get the FOMO out. You can change your wallet from account 1 to account 2. Throw a little Bitcoin in that account 2, whether that's MetaMask or Unisat or the smart wallet, and then you can connect your wallet that way. So that way you stay safe. You can use that as a burner wallet, and you're good to go. Obviously, links, that's a little different. Maybe use your cell phone without a wallet on it to click the links. Make sure the links feel good, look good. And then you can hit us up and we can we'll contact Jeff directly if we need to and say, yo, is this legit? Because he's a great guy and he doesn't want anyone getting burned, and on his chain he knows everything. So obviously he don't know everything. I don't want to put that in his mouth, but he knows the projects that have reached out to him. And if the project is building over there and they haven't reached out to him, I'm not very bullish on them, because that shows that they're not doing their due diligence and trying to get some backing from the Merl token. So
yeah, no, I agree with you on that. So what's your prediction like for that first week in March? Do you feel like, because the past day or two, like there's been an obvious like influx of liquidity and trading happening on chain? Do you see that continuing, or do you see it kind of holding off? What do you see?
I'm so excited, bro. I'm so excited for real DeFi projects to come out with BRC20 coins attached to them. I'm excited for all kinds of things coming. Jeff was in the Genie Data Spaces on Friday, and if you haven't listened to that, I highly recommend you listen to that. He spit so much alpha in there, and he was talking. He let some things slip too, and but go check that out. He basically said there's a huge player in DeFi that is coming to Merlin. And for some reason, I'm thinking Maker, I'm thinking Aave, I'm thinking the big boys, right? So if something like that comes and has a Merlin style BRC20, woo, man, ooh, man, I love, right now we have these these meme tokens and stuff like that. I can't sleep when I hold memes. I can't do it. But when I hold projects that actually have use case that I'm very bullish on for the future, I can hold that shit to the moon. And I am so excited for something that I can actually like hang my hat on and say, okay, this is it. I found it. So
What's crazy right now? The way that Merlin works is, I just thought of this just now, is that like, okay, this is going to sound bullish because, first of all, I do hold BRC20s, but it does make sense logically. So the way that Merlin's working right now is that like, if you get into a BRC20 that is tradable on Merlin, that BRC20 is held in an MPC custodial wallet, right? By multiple different parties. But it's almost like that data that BRC20 is taking up on layer 1 Bitcoin is like so valued because it's on Bitcoin that like it's backing whatever, derivative or a synthetic mirrored token, the same thing on the Merlin side. And it makes sense because it's like Bitcoin, it's like little bits of gold or something, you know what I mean? That's like, okay, this is backing the token that I'm trading over here. And that's crazy, because it's just like that if I was Aave or MakerDAO or somebody big that does a lot of stuff with staking and stuff, I would definitely want like the BRC20 route as well, and then you're trading the ERC20 on Merlin. But I wonder what their perspectives are going to be on it.
Yeah, I think they're gonna want that bridge to Bitcoin, right? Like, so I think that's a big thing for them, is like, say they can put out, like, let's just say, for instance, for easy, it's Aave, right? Aave puts out, they go over to BRC20, they mint the Aave token, right? And now you can potentially swap your Aave for this Aave token on the EVM side, and then do the same thing from Av to Av on the BRC20 side. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
You know what
I
I'm
would
saying?
hope they would. I would hope they would name it something different though, just
Well,
because like,
yeah,
yeah. But I see
I'm
what you're
just
saying.
saying,
Yeah,
like, Ave's is taken, but if they do A and then a V at the end or something, just something similar, you know, to where you just know that it's them, and they
yeah,
could. But my whole point though is that it would be awesome to go from Ethereum to Merlin to Bitcoin, back to Merlin, back to Ethereum. You know what I mean? Just kind
yeah,
of like with that same token, and obviously the Ave and the Av token will be different, but that it will be potentially maybe the same. That'd be cool. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah, and I definitely, I actually would hope they would name it something completely different and just announce this is,
Just go.
by Ovid,
This is
by
that's
Ovid,
probably the way.
yeah,
That's
because
probably the
then
way
it
to
would
go.
be like a premium product for them, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
like in the future, if you look at like institutions, well, I kind of look at them as like an institution now,
yeah.
like Aave. They're going to be on multiple different chains and offer different digital financial products. So yeah, it's exciting, dude. Like stuff is
100%.
building out from what we viewed it like, years ago. So
Very excited. Very excited.
yep. My prediction for first week of March is that it's going to be big. I'm looking forward to the minerals, the bitmap war, the social DID type of
Yeah,
dapps, the Ords games, those type of dapps to come out, because I think those are going to be viewed as very like people are going to view those very highly, especially from the
I agree.
Ordinals community because they recognize them, So
100%. Yeah, man.
great. All right. So last thing, if you guys know me and follow me, for the past like 4 months, you know that I was a big and still am a big honker. I still hold all my honk.
You're a
I like
honker?
us.
Honk,
Yeah,
honk.
I'm a honk. But I'm hearing through the grapevine that something is a brewing for honk having to do with possibly moving over and being accessible on a certain wizard chain, but we will see what happens. I don't have all the details in it, but like it makes me excited because I think it's definitely like the honk holders deserve some sort of like something right here, right? So there's going to be
Yeah.
something cool I think happens. It's not guaranteed, but from what I've seen and heard, it seems like it's as close to guaranteed as you can get. But we'll
Yeah,
see.
and like those OSD guys, Ordinal Support Desk guys, are big in Honk and big in Goose, and I say big meaning like they support it heavily. They want it to succeed because it has their name on it, right? When you think of Honk, when you think of Goosenals, you think of the OSD guys, the Ordinal Support Desk, and that the top three there or four there, I would have to say is Cowboy, Block, Hype, and Bean, right? They're at J25 as well, and 1 and 2 outs. But I think with that core six that take it all the way back there, they want this to succeed, and I feel like they're going to do their best to kind of push this forward because it has their name on it, and I want to succeed for them, and I think they're going to have something really amazing coming with Merlin, and I can't wait to see what it is.
Yeah. Well, it's not just them though. A lot of it has to do with the Chinese community too. So, and those, the whales are over there. So that's all I'll say because like I
Yeah.
don't want anything to come out that's not official or anything. But
Well, I think
yeah, we'll keep.
China's bullish on it because of them guys. They're
Yeah,
originators. They push it. China. I think that's the reason why they are bullish on it because it's like, oh, look at these guys, these grinders. They're in spaces for 48 hours straight. Like,
yep. I agree with you, brother. I agree with you. Okay, so that is it, man. Like that was good. We freaking
yeah,
knocked out a ton, and now we can get into our weekend market updates.
yeah,
I'll
man.
start off here with BRC20s. You can see on the 24-hour Sat X. I wonder if that has to do with Sats X, but you can see there are a bunch of zeros here and a 1. So you look at the Sats, I think it's like 650,669. But if that's a part of Sats X, that could be a good play because Sats X is a exchange that you can trade all the fungible tokens except for all of them. Yeah. So that's cool. They had a almost 10% increase in 24-hour volume. Number 2 is BNB. It's up 12,390%, sitting at 2 cents. And then you have RSK down 1.96%, sitting at 3 zeros and a 3. And then you have AINN. This is a BRC20 that is a part of the staking seal. I think it's a Chinese token, community token, or possibly like a utility token. But they are big, I think, because of the seal there, and they're down 9.48% on the 24-hour, sitting at $2.69. After that, you have FSP up 2.99%, sitting at let's see, 50111 for Sats, Satoshis. Then you have PIIE down 29.68%, sitting at 604 Satoshis. PIIN up 5.54%, sitting at 3 zeros and $2 amount there. DEPD down 10.81% on the 24-hour, sitting at a penny. You have Track coming in at number 9. A lot of the leaders on Unisat have been like in the bottom half of like the top 23. It's weird. And then anyways, you have Track up about 9% on the 24-hour volume, sitting at $4.55. You have Play coming in behind that at 1.49% increase on volume, sitting at looks 4032 on the dollar. And then you have MMSS up 5.35% on the 24-hour volume, sitting at 57 cents. So this is starting to get some momentum. And I think this team is doing things right. They collaborated with Merlin, got them in the seal. They've been trying to push Binance to get them listed. They've been, they're just really, they have heavy community marketing, and I think that they're going to end up, getting back to where they were in November, December, which is like $1.20. I think they'll get past that. It's a big community token, so love it. Okay, then you have ITNP. After that, no volume on 24. PILN down 2.06%, sitting at 4032 on the dollar. BIDP up 1.5% on the 24-hour volume, sitting at 5 cents. Then you have WOOG up 33% in 24-hour volume, sitting at $516.91. That's interesting. Wow. Oh, there's only 1,000 total supply. That's why. All right. After Woog, you have Ordi at 16. This is what I'm talking about. It's up 4.29% on the 24-hour, sitting at $64.10. The BRC20 market is not going to get going from an overall perspective until Ordi gets going, unless Merlin, like selected ones, and Merlin, help that. And Merlin could help Ordi go, because Ordi's over there. There's a lot. Then you have Jigo up 100% on the 24-hour, sitting at it looks like 6 zeros and a 9 against Satoshis. Rats is up 5% on 24-hour volume, sitting at 3 zeros and a 3 against the dollar. Then you have SXIO down about 5% in 24-hour volume, sitting at 31 cents. Turk down for what is up 0.63% on 24-hour volume, sitting at 2 cents. Then you have .com up 3%, 3.05% on 24-hour volume, sitting at $1.39. .com is definitely been steady. I expect them to jump up again once we have that leg up. They have a good network. They're part of that Orange network and council and stuff. You have BTC coming in at number 22 with no volume on 24, and then BNB Plus no volume on the 24. And that is going to wrap up your BRC 20 market update. Anything you want me to check on specifically?
Just Orange, ORNJ. Did you hit on that at all? This is one that I'm personally bullish on. I don't own any right now, but I'm looking for an entry.
51 cents for Orange, and that's not bad with their supply is 100 million, so not too bad. Let's check out Ghosty. Ghosty wasn't on this list, so Ghosty here is.
They just got picked up by Sky Labs, man.
Yeah, exactly. So 48 cents for Ghosty. Let's check out our boys from the council. Council is sitting at $187.64. So watch out for them because they have Toshi Pad launching their Toshi Pad token.
Is that today?
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah. I can't remember.
I don't think it is because they should have told us so.
Yeah.
That's a BRC20 market update.
Yeah, I'll take you guys over. We're kind of already over on the Magic Eden side, so we'll just run through this really quickly. I'm always on that 7-day with the updates. We got the No Monkey sitting at 0.369 at 290 Bitcoin in volume over 7 days, guys. Insane. Puppet sitting at that 132. This is up almost 100% on the week, sitting at 113 Bitcoin in volume. R6 in that 3 spot, sitting at 0.09, and the Quantum Cat sitting at 0.267, which is funny because that is my area code. And then we have the Wizards of Ord sitting at 0.028. Rune Mania Miner sitting at 0.14. Bitcoin Frogs in that 7 spot sitting at 0.175. I think really undervalued, very undervalued. I am a frog holder, and I think they should be up there with the monks. Ordinal Maxi Biz sitting at 0.779. Bitcoin Shrooms. This is something that Jeroen was talking about. He's a big guy over on X. He puts out at 24 hours. I think he said his dream is to rebuy his shroom again. And then he has I'm sorry. And then we have Bitmaps in that 10th spot sitting at 0.004. Opium. This is the parent to the Bitcoin puppets sitting at 0.18. And then we have the Bitcoin punks sitting at 0.043. And that is your digital artifact update.
Nice. I'm taking you over to the BRC 420s here. So starting off with the blue box, we're sitting at 0.64. This thing has rallied all the way back up, sitting at $32,973. Then you have the mineral right underneath that, 669. I haven't seen it get to 700 yet, but it's definitely like knocking on the door, and it has been for a while. So that's something that's very interesting. Underneath that, you have the music box. The song is about NFT, sitting at 0.0269. Yeah, 1385. It hit 1400. So we'll see what happens with that. Then you have the blue wand sitting at 0.002295, $118. So it looks like the main assets over here definitely have bounced back, right? That's what it looks like. Because they definitely took a dip after the seal, which was weird because that's something that we didn't expect. But it looks like, I guess now that sealed volume is starting to reflect in terms of the available supply. Then you have the Dragon Ball sitting at 0.00098, sitting at $51.52. You have the key still up here at $19.58, 3038. Bitmap Town sitting at $49.46 with 3 zeros and a 96. And then you have Chip. Chip is a poker platform. This thing is starting to pick up some momentum. 0.00335, $172.60. Wow. This could be a solid play because they have their beta closed beta platform that testers can check out. So we're actually trying to get into that. So we'll let you guys know if we get into that. But yeah, so that is going to be, well, I have the titanium Cheeto. I feel like I have to check this out. $59.25, 2 zeros and a 115. And then if we pull up our Ordinal Revolution OG pass, which is a beautiful pass.
Yep.
Pull that up. The floor is $664. Still holding that floor up pretty nice. 0.0129. We did take snapshots of for the Verothium gas mine drop. You should be receiving those, and as well as the Toshi pad token, which is not guaranteed, guys. They put your addresses in the whitelist, but it is first come, first serve, and we'll have more for you guys as well in the future. And then pulling up the resident Shizzy and Yagobi. The floor for Shizzy is $51.52.
Whoa.
0.00. Yeah. 1, and the floor for resident Yagobi is $28.34. Thing at 0.00055. And it's probably because Shizzy charged like 10 times more than mine for the mint. But
I'm just a premium person, bro.
Yeah. But hey, that's fine. You can get them more of these at a cheaper rate. So 92 holders, 32 holders. There's still, you can get them for cheaper if you do the mint, guys. So definitely do that. Don't buy secondary. Yeah. But that is the BRC 420 market update.
And I just wanted to hit on this really quickly because I just checked. The Toshi pad is in 2 days, 11 hours, and and if you guys are a holder as of the snapshot, which was when? Day ago?
Yeah. Yes, it was 2 days ago, actually.
2 days ago. So if you held it 2 days ago, you have a whitelist spot. So keep an eye on this. Go to toshipad.com, and it's obviously first come, first serve, but we want as many of our community members to get in this as possible. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy this because it's going up. I'm just saying if you wanted it, it is there for the pre-sale. Pre-sales don't always go great, so be very careful. But we know Surge, we know the council, and we are bullish on them. So just be careful with this as well. I'm both ways. I don't want no one getting hurt because of me, but I want to buy the token. So I don't know. Do whatever you feel is best for you. I'm gonna do what's best for me. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. We want to jump to next.
I think that's it.
I can cover this real quick. We have Voya. Sitting.
Okay, go ahead.
Did we already do these? We good, right?
No, we haven't. Okay.
Yeah, we got Voya sitting at $3.86. It's been on a rampage, and then we have Hoo sitting at okay, Hoo just had a huge jump. Look at that, sitting at 0.046, and then we have Spell. I kind of want to look into this because I don't know anything about this. Do you know?
Yeah,
what do you know about Spell?
Not much. That they just have a website, and that's why I stayed away from it.
Okay.
But yeah, so Hoo looks like it's Hoo looks like it's about ready to explode. Do you mind if I share my screen real quick?
Yeah, do your thing, bro.
Yeah, if you look here, guys, you can see like this is the hourly chart, right? So it bounced into like oversold for a while, and then it looks like it's ready to propel up. Now it has like kind of worked halfway through the stochastic RSI. So, once it gets into oversold, it could stay up there for a bit. But like the reason why I'm a bit bullish on Hoo right now is because look at this. You can see like typically like you'll see like a major like dump for a token that goes up pretty high, and this is where you saw that. Like you can see it on the hourly. It dumped, and it dumped hard from like 14 million all the way down to 3.8. We talked about it. So now it's kind of working on its like next rise up, and if it does have that true meme power, then this thing could really shoot up, right? Because like I feel like Voya is exhausted right now. It's not going to like, I don't think it's going to dump super hard or anything, but like it's been an overbought for a while, like Voya, right? And so this is where like possibly Hoo can do something crazy that we expected it to do before. So we'll see what happens though.
Yep. Yeah, man. So we got we good?
Yeah, we're good, man. We're good.
Yeah, man. So what's your plans for this week? I told you my plans with Runestone and everything else. What are you thinking about? What are you trying to get into?
I'm going to be watching Runestone. I'm going to be watching I'm going to be watching Merlin chain very closely to see the dapps that come out and new tokens and stuff. See if I recognize any of them. And then I'm going to be watching I'm going to try to watch over on like some tap stuff to see if like because Sora was big. So maybe there's some momentum that jumps on the back of Sora and something is built out. So we'll kind of have to see with that.
Yep, 100%. And yeah, same thing with me. I'm gonna be looking at the next big token for Merlin. Looking for that. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm gonna keep my eye out. And if you guys are not members, join the member only videos because me and Yagobi are gonna for the members videos, we can do really quick videos without any intro or anything. We can just hop on for 6 to 8 minutes, tell you guys exactly what we're doing. Boom. That way you guys know what we're doing because we feel like we are everywhere in the space. We do miss some things, but we feel like the bigger X's usually find us because we're always looking for them. And when you're always looking for something, eventually they do. You end up finding it or they find you. So definitely check out our website, ordinalrevolution.com. Check out our merch. If you're going to ETH Denver this weekend, definitely be rocking a shirt. Don't know if it's going to get to you in time. Probably not, but definitely check it out for the next one. But we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yep.
See you guys.
Peace.
Ordinal Revolution. Let's go.